What's up, Wiz fans? It's me again, Caramingo, and this is Wiz Nation. Wiz, another tough loss. We're 0-2. Lost to the Raptors 117-113. I was at the game tonight, and fun game, but we gotta deal with another loss. And now we gotta go on a 5-game West Coast trip, the longest trip of the year. So let's get it started. First quarter, I like our aggression from the get-go. We jumped out to like a 5-point lead, something like that in the beginning. Then once again, it slowed down a bit. And we took some not a bad shot. We missed some easy shots. We couldn't get nothing easy for us. But the first quarter, we shot like 33%, and then Toronto shot like 37%. But both teams, they did miss shots. But in the second quarter, Austin Rivers, he led the way. Our bench brought us back in the game, second quarter. And once the others came back in, we took a lead, and we were up 35-33. And then at one point, we were down 12 before going to half. And we closed half on, I think, on 11-2 run to end the half. When the first half, we did shot 30% in the first half, while Toronto shot 46%. But we did make 8 threes, though, in the first half, and they made 5. But Toronto, they took a lot of free throw attempts in the first half. They took, they took 16 free throws, and we took only 9 free throw attempts. So they got to the line a lot more in the first half. But I think we take more attempts in the second half, which I'm gonna get to right now. But before we get to that, we did limit we only had 5 turnovers in the first half, and our bench, we were +1 on the bench in the first for that 15-14. And like our transition, he had like 19 factory points in the first half. I can't remember how many we had overall. But let's get to the second half. But third quarter, we got in the bonus. We at the 7:27 mark in the third quarter. But no, Wiz, yeah, I got it. We were in the bonus. Not in the bonus. Toronto was in the bonus at the 7:27 mark, and we took advantage of that in the third quarter. But once again, their bench took over mostly in the second half. And once when we led 73-70, like midway or late in the third quarter, they outscored us 20-9 to end the third quarter. And did you see that dunk by Oubre? That putback dunk, I think, over Siakam? I was like, whoa. But I gotta be honest, here's where I get frustrated. These refs are horrible. I'm like, these refs were god awful. Like, how was that a foul on Bill when Ibaka set a screen on him, and be like, he flawed. No, that was not a flaw. That's not a flaw. And why did the ref did not call a foul when, I didn't see who tripped John Wall when he going to the basket and called bounds, and then Brad got a technical foul and let Scott Brooks get kicked out of the game. So yeah, these refs were terrible. But I did like our fight. When Brooks got ejected and Brad got high. And by the way, congratulations to Bradley Beal. Number 1 3-point shooter in Wiz history, passing the great Gilbert Arenas. So, good job, Bradley Beal. You're now the 3-point king in D.C. And then there were some controversial calls late in the fourth quarter. They had to review a lot of Wall's blocking foul, which was a block. I thought it was going to be a charge, by the way. And the play with and it was key for Otto, and then it could have got goaltending, but it didn't. It was a clean block, and jump it up. And then biggest shot of the game where VanVleet hit a tough shot. Can't remember who it was, and it was over John or Brad. It was like good D, but better offense. So now let's get to the numbers. Brad finished with 32 points, 12-21 from the field, 6-11 from the 3-point line. And John, 25 points, 6 assists, 4 steals. Rivers led the way with the bench with 12. And now to Toronto. Kyle Lowry, 20 points, 12 assists, but the bench won the game for Toronto. The bench outscored our bench 49-33 from the bench. Well, the shooting, Toronto shot 44%, while the Wizards shot 41%. For the three, we were 13 for 19, and Toronto was 10 for 29. But once again, we got killed on the glass again. Plus 15 again. This time it was 52-37. Last game it was 55-40. But we can not keep winning turnover battle and lose the rebound every single game. That's not gonna win game. We gotta win the rebounding and win the turnover battle. So we need D Howard back ASAP. Which I said he may come. You never know. He may come back Monday or middle of the road trip. But I said keep him out during the road trip and get him back in a couple weeks when we play Oklahoma City when we return home. So those are my thoughts and numbers. When we come back, I got a poll question for y'all, and of course my headline. So stay tuned. Put it in the air, it's going down. Here we go again. You gotta get y'all ready. Set it on. Go heavy, never see the shit. We don't want to fly. So make it rain. That ain't getting shit. It's going down. We be in the mall. It's going down. We be in the club. It's going down. Even ready to be guaranteed to go down. Welcome back, Wiz Nation. And now it's time for a new segment, which I call the Wiz Poll. Here's how it works. On Twitter, I do a poll question for all Wiz fans, but for any question, I give y'all. So here's the question for all my Wiz fans. Check it out. How many games will the Wizards win during the 5-game trip? All 5, 3 or 4, 1 or 2, or none? So there you have it. Now for the next episode, which is Monday, we will revisit that question and see who got the most votes. But if I had a vote, I would say 1 or 2. Where we're playing right now is we need Dwight Howard so bad. I'm not gonna panic yet because Howard is gone for two games. We got 80 more games to go. Anything can happen. Just revisit 2017 season when we were 2-8 and what happened. We went on a nice run. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So we'll see during this road trip what kind of team we're gonna be. And so let's move on now. Now it's time for headlines. Alright, let's start with LeBron James' debut in Laker uniform. It was a good game. Blazers won. I think it was 128-119, something like that. LeBron, he did have 26 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, but 6 turnovers. But as a team, they shot 7 for 30 from the field, but they started 0 of 15 from 3. Now, if Lakers had like a 40% 3-point shooter, then they'll be a contender. But since they ain't got no 3-point shooting, they're just an inside team. And now let's talk about the C's and the Raptors we saw Friday night on ESPN. Kawhi Leonard, who didn't play tonight because he's resting because of back-to-back. I don't know if he's still rehabbing from an injury he had last year or whatever, or being cautious. But to me, I think they're being cautious, you know. But he did have 31-10 on Friday against Boston. First game, he had like 24-12 in his first game as a Raptor. And finally, let's recap the Warriors and the Jazz, which could be a Western Conference Finals preview. Same for the season Raptor. That could be an East Finals preview, but it's still early, but we'll see. Now let's get to the Warriors and Jazz. Warriors gave up 81 points in the first half, and that was a Jazz record for points in a half. But since then, the second half, they outscored them 55-42, which the game winner was pulled by Jonas Jerebko, who same thing on Lennox Dillon against the Wiz the other night, a tip in at the buzzer. But like every time, you cannot discount the Warriors when they're down, whatever it is, 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever. They're still going to fight and win. When we come back, we will take a preview of our next game against the Portland Trail Blazers. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Wiz Nation. Now coming up, Monday night, we play the Portland Trail Blazers in Portland. In case you haven't noticed, remember last time we were in Portland? Here's a little memory. Check it out.
Knocked away, Oubre gets the steal. Here's Beal at the other end. Bradley Beal with 51 points in the game.
Yeah, remember that game? 51 points in Portland? Well, he could do it again. He had 32 tonight, so he may put another performance. But the difference is we get John Wall. In case you remember, he didn't play against Portland last year, the two meetings, when Brad had the 51 points. So we shall see Monday. It's going to be a tough test for us. 5-game road trip, but we up for the challenge. So that's it for today. Thank y'all for watching. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @CamMingo. And before I sign out, here it is. Play the game. DC family, we are out.
Go all the way, lay it up, no good. Follow slam by Oubre. And a foul.
Off to the races. John Wall attacks. And KO. Don't hurt him, young fella. What a play. With the strong left-handed finish.